Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Azure Seas of Nita. I am the Heizmeister, and it has been quite some time, hasn't it? Yes, contrary to what you might think, no, I am not dead yet, and I haven't been abducted by aliens either. My rather long absence is due to me having next to no free time left to record anything for the past few weeks, no, months even. But that has changed, and now I once again have the time to record some videos. And also, which you might be interested in, I have a new internet connection which will enable me to do some live streaming in the future. The games which I'm going to be live streaming, most likely X4, maybe From the Depths, very likely Star Sector, which I have recently discovered, and Airships Conquer the Skies, but we'll see about that. Anyway, as you might have guessed from the video title, this episode is something special. I thought I'd go back into From the Depths with something special, something I've made in the planetary designer here in From the Depths, and it's a Horde defense mission. It is, I wanted to call it a tower defense mission, but that wouldn't do it justice, since I'm not building any towers there. It is a type of wave defense, featuring my favorite faction, the Onyx Watch, and yeah, it's a little bit of an experiment that I have made, and let's see how it goes. So, well then, here we go. Let's load up this mission. Wait. There we go. Yes, I've set it as a player mission, and this is my own little special version of Nita, where I test out the planet designer mostly and how things handle in the campaign for future projects. Anyway, this is a tower defense mission, although the phrase tower defense isn't quite fitting here. It is more of a wave defense mission. Defend an Onyx Watch Manor against waves of deep-water guard enemies. Pretty self-explanatory. The Onyx Watch Manor is a very distinct structure, fragile, made out of wood. You will see it soon enough, and it is in dire need of our help. Let's head to the mission area. Here we are. Alright then, I'll give you a quick overview of our mission area. Here is our objective. The Onyx Watch Manor, a beauty made out of many decorations, wood and a little bit of stone. I said a very distinct building, yes it is, and it is indeed very squishy and almost defenseless. If you want to count this single simple weapon here. I think this is a perfect target, or well, perfect objective for this defense mission. There are a few defensive buildings around here, like that cannon tower for example, or these and this ballista emplacement. However, don't count on those to repel the entire force of the Deepwater Guard. Then back here we have a tiny little resource zone that's not really worth tapping into for the player. The Onyx Watch, however, have set up a little mining operation. This is only there to supply the surrounding buildings and emplacements with ammunition, nothing more. Alright, a few other things to take note of is that this here is our starting area. Let me get I have the wrong paint scheme enabled. This is our furnace that has been graciously provided to us by the Onyx Watch. It's of course a standard Onyx Watch harvester unit, able to gather resources and has limited construction capabilities, and can also defend itself against lighter assaults. Don't expect any miracles from this thing. So, what are we going to do? Well, we have a little bit of time before the first waves arrives, and we are going to build up our forces, harvest materials, slow and steadily. This resource zone that we are tapping into is not that bad, however, as it is custom in these type of horde defense or tower defense games, the majority of your income usually comes from the destruction of your enemies, meaning we will have to loot the enemy wrecks for their resources to produce more units. So far, so understandable, I think. Oh, also, I should mention one thing, although it is quite obvious. We need to take great care to not fire, not even accidentally fire upon any Onyx Watch units and buildings, because if we do so, relations between us and the Onyx Watch will sour very quickly and they will become hostile, effectively failing us the mission. Alright, let's begin. What should I do first? How about I do something about this furnace? For example, I need to make it a little bit more efficient, material efficient, that is. Right now it is powered by these RTGs and a few electric engines. While this is perfect for the campaign, it is not very suitable for us here, because we need materials and we need them quickly. So, in that case, let me just put down a fuel engine, and there we go. Now we have power, we can safely remove the RTGs as well as the electric engine, and this should give us a little bit more of actually, there we go. This should give us a little bit more of more conservative option, resource-wise. Now, I do realize that this isn't the most efficient engine I have put in, but I just gained a bunch of resources up front from removing these RTGs. So, it is alright. Ah, what the hell. Let's do it anyway. One Lux Corvette coming right up. Oh, this it reminds me I should probably install more repair facilities on this furnace. The ones that are already present on the vanilla print are not enough. Yeah, there we go. Much better. And I know there's some ammo randomly stashed around the place. Please do ignore it for now. And there we go. One Lux Corvette is being constructed. Would provide us with some precision firepower thanks to the laser, as well as versatility thanks to the torpedoes and the EMP missile launcher here in the back. And that didn't take long to construct. Let's set her to... yeah, there we go. Keep your material containers half full. Or half empty, depending if you are a pessimist or an optimist. And away you go. And yeah, let me just see here. This is an ejector engine block, so it's not really fuel efficient. I think you see what I mean, right? Yeah. Anyway, off you go into the great unknown. And I have tested most of my units, if not all of them, to be fairly seaworthy, even in this kind of a rough sea. So she should be alright handling this well. Here we go. Missiles are being released. We have enemies on the field. I'm pretty sure you haven't seen this unit yet. Yeah, this is from this special version of Nita I made. This is an old Gotha design converted by me into what I call the Recon Gotha. Probably an unarmed version of the Gotha, well, unarmed save for this little turret back here, with an extensive sensor suite and yeah, it's more of a unit for role-playing, basically, all those missions. A reconnaissance version of the Gotha, with many antennas. Right, and alongside we have a few dusters, little aircraft, you know them. This seems to be the scouting force of the Deepwater Guard. Looks like our little laser corvette here is doing excellent work for now, so I was right to start with this one. Where are you going, by the way? I should probably... yeah, and here we see the defenses on the shore are opening up as well, but I doubt they hit anything at this range. AI dead, very nice. Now just get the last one. Good hit, and it's down. Alright, now comes the important part of cleaning up the battlefield. You see, the enemy will drop these resource piles, or these scrap piles, and you all know this mechanics if you play From the Depths. However, in this mode we are especially dependent on these, and we need to gather these immediately so that we can build more units. Speaking of more units, I think I'm going to finally build the aircraft I wanted to. So, let's see. Devastator. I needed this one. Nice. Okay, it's being built. Resources have been collected. Well, not all of them. Let's get the looks back into our collection range here. Because this is the range where resources will be transferred between constructs. And then she can head back out again, gather more resources and get back. Wave number 2 has spawned, and it consists of a paddle gun prototype, a river home, and a patchwork. Now, I'm certain you haven't seen the paddle gun prototype in Nita yet. This is a very old unit. It was present in the regular version of Nita up until a few months or even years ago, but then it got taken out. I've basically taken this unit, restored it to its basic functionality, and yeah, got it to work once again in the current version. And now it's night. And oh dear. Yeah, with these high waves, I fear that the laser is losing some of its potency when the Lux corvette here is firing through the waves. Well, no matter, we still have torpedoes and missile launchers. And those cram cannons that will hit eventually. Oh hey, there's our air support, the Devastator. Which I have substantially upgraded, by the way. I have ditched those simple weapon grenade launchers for tiny APS cannons. And more of them have spawned. Yeah, this is the thing here in this mode. You see, the waves spawn after a certain time has elapsed, and it's not like you have to defeat one before the other spawns. If you take too long to defeat these waves, you may get overwhelmed. Just putting that out there.
Moving out.
Okay, let me give you the proper... Looks like our Devastator has taken a little bit of damage. Let's head over there. We have what looks like a river home, a patchwork, and 2 baby paddle gunners. Let's target those first. They are the more dangerous target right now. Although saying that, those cram cannons do hurt a lot if they hit. For now, the baby paddle gunners are our primary target. Good hit. Very good hit. Hahaha. Yeah, as I said before, I need to make sure to collect all the resources. This, they are surely needed for our defense after all. Speaking of defense, by the way, over time the Onyx Watch is going to build up their defenses. However, this will be nowhere near enough to defend the entire Deepwater Guard assault. So, I'd like to present to you guys the first Onyx Watch garrison, an hourglass. A little Onyx Watch ship, nothing too strong, but not too weak either. Should be more than enough to deal with those weak Deepwater Guard units for now. Though I don't think this one is going to survive too long. Speaking of surviving, looks like our Devastator took a rather nasty hit. There's a hole in its left wing, and actually its left wing is missing, one of the left wings, and it's now in what I would call a death spiral. Okay, we need to prioritize targets here. There are still some units out and about. This paddle gun has been rendered combat ineffective. This, what's it called? Patchwork, yeah. Patchwork is still out there. Let's see if we can find anything that is still firing. Ah, yeah, here. This paddle gun prototype. This needs to go right now. Now, my units that I'm going to use here are equipped with repair bots. However, they are not many repair bots. They are enough to repair combat damage in the campaign over a long amount of time, but here in this battle, I don't usually like to rely on repair bots in these battles. Actually, I don't like to rely on repair bots. So, we have to improvise a little bit. And I just see that a new wave has spawned from looks of it. Those are bombers of varying sizes. Actually, let's get some help in here. Where is... yeah, the docking station. 90 degree azimuth, hold distance about 45 meters. Get me the Devastator, activate the docking beam, and let's bring it back. No, don't. Oh, okay. I thought my Devastator was just ejecting there, but it wasn't. Thankfully. Haha! Yeah, those bombers should be cleaned up rather nicely, thanks to our little laser corvette. However, as great as this little corvette is against lightly armored target, should anything larger show up, then this corvette will be outclassed really quickly. And also it's burning a lot of materials powering its laser systems, and the fuel engine, as I said, isn't exactly very efficient. Okay, how are you looking? The Devastator has been repaired once again. Let's give it a bit of a better send-off. There we go. Up, up and away. Very nice. Now, I could maybe spawn something else now that the majority of the attacking forces have been defeated. As I said before, we need to be quick about it, otherwise we'll get overwhelmed rather quickly. And the barrage from our furnace, the cram barrage, is certainly helping, but it's rather inaccurate. Okay, there we go. We have finally done it. Let's see if resources actually get transferred to our furnace. Well, they should be transferred to our furnace. There, much better. Much better. Why are you keeping so little material, by the way?
Listening. Moving
Let's
out.
send the Devastator out here since it's
Moving
so fast. Gather up all those materials and send the Lux Corvette out there. Oh, damn it, something else has spawned. There's no time for logistics. We need to act fast. Also, I did see that ram there. That was too close, way too close. Let's see if it has soured our relationship with the Onyx Watch. Yeah, just a bit. Need to be really careful where we shoot and where we move here. As you know, the AI in from the depths doesn't really evade. Well, it does most of the time, but... oh. Okay then. You know what? I have an idea. Just give me access to the tractor beam. I'll get this Lux out of there. Yeah. That little Corvette certainly did take a hit. And once again, we are blessed with some more potent Deepwater Guard enemies. This is a Prowler. Well, this was a Prowler. And here we have a Kalmar. And the Kalmar has currently harpooned the Hourglass that was supporting us. Now, will it shoot? Yes, it can still fire. And it can still do damage. And to those wooden hulls, these high explosive cramp cannons are utterly devastating. Very good. Now, how does our Lux Corvette look? I'd say it's combat ready once again. Get out there. It's rather fast though, isn't it? 53 meters per second. Yeah, I'll take that. Okay, just let me... oh, 10,000 resources. I need this. I need all of it. Yes, give me more resources.
Receiving.
Also, Lux Corvette.
Moving
Stay
now.
away from that Hourglass.
Moving now.
Looks like this Hourglass is salvaging resources as well.
Moving now.
This is something we have to share the spoils of war here with our allies. Of course we do.
Moving now.
They are defending the Manor as well. New unit. Alright. What do we want? An aircraft? Ah. How about... well, I can't afford a cruiser. An airship. Alright, let's be reasonable. I mean, I could afford an airship. A Vega air torpedo boat, for example. Or the Andromeda X. Well, I could build it, but this will cost me a lot of materials to run, so I won't do it for now. Let's instead get another aircraft. Aircraft are very flexible, they can fly over land, they are quick, and they are well at defending this, I think. Well, at least in my head they are. If they are, this still has to be proven, of course. Yeah, a Phoenix Interceptor. Go. And it's the version 2. This should be the one equipped with a... yeah, with an APS nose gun. Of course, you might say I have a problem. I tend to build one version of a craft, then use this basic hull to build many versions out of it. For example, this Phoenix Interceptor comes in a nose gun configuration, a purely missile-based configuration with additional missile racks in the wings, and a laser configuration. Although you can't really fit a highly damaging laser into this tiny airframe, but I still did. Though it's not a very potent laser, it's more like an overly aggressive flashlight. Oh no. Oh, don't tell me you're going out of control. Please don't do this to me. Please don't do this to me. You know, as happy as I am for the additional injection of materials I'm getting out of this, having a defensive unit is actually better. You have lost control. Sometimes I hate this mechanic. It is very useful when they are aircraft in a death spiral, but sometimes... Oh, well, more resources for me, I guess. Called the Schnellboot. It's basically a motorbike for the seas, strapped 2 large torpedoes on either side, and send it into battle. Speaking of sending it into battle, we are being blessed with a swarm of flying squirrels. Okay then. Have fun. Yeah, looks like our Phoenix Interceptor took some damage here. Has taken down 1 flying squirrel. Where's the next one? Of course, I've, over the time, in the last few months, when I had the time to play a little bit of FtD, I have taken up the task of retrofitting most of my aircraft with vector thrust. I've used my newly found breadboard knowledge for this task, and I've even outfitted some of them, those that are especially suited for the task of intercepting other aircraft, with a breadboard configuration that slows them down once they are behind an enemy. Or, well, once the enemy is in front of them, should I say. Either way, so that they have a longer time to train their gun on their target. And so far it has proven to be really useful. Yep, here we have the little motorbike of the seas. You know, with enough fantasy you can see a motorbike somewhere in there. And 2 large torpedoes as well as 1 simple weapon casemate on top. Oh yeah, there we go. Looks like it has discovered an enemy that has fallen into the water. However, that torpedo is probably not going to hit anything. Wave 7, Sniper. It's an Orca and a Recon Gotha. Let's have a look at those. That's certainly a more potent wave. An Orca. A twin-barreled, high-velocity, long-range artillery piece mounted on a flying platform. And if I know the Deepwater Guard correctly, then it's probably also highly explosive. And supported by a reconnaissance Gotha, which is actually equipped with a highly sophisticated sensor suite. That's just me fancy talk for saying it has a lot of sensors and is able to transmit those accurate targeting data to other units. Okay. We have done a little bit of damage. Here comes the Phoenix for another run. And the Devastator as well. They are firing heat and HESH shells, by the way. I have noticed that on those aircraft, those low-caliber heat and HESH shells are surprisingly effective at taking down lightly armored opponents. Yeah, certainly nothing you would use against larger battleships or anything else, like larger aircraft. But they are nothing to be scoffed at. Now then, something has exploded. Hehe. And for once it wasn't on my side. Oh, yeah, that's what I want to see. Although it seems the Devastator is having trouble engaging a unit. Looks like it's heading for the Recon Gotha, which has despawned just now. Yep, change target and look for another one. Needless to say, the Devastator is much slower and much less agile than the Phoenix Interceptor, of course. Since I designed the Phoenix to be an interceptor, big surprise there, and the Devastator to be kind of a fighter bomber, to be honest. Okay, how's our resource situation looking? We have access to, say, 85,000 resources, and the Onyx Watch have once more reinforced their garrison with a catapult. Now, I have some choice words about this unit. You see, I am absolutely not a fan of frontsiders. I am not a fan of fighting with them, using them myself, and fighting against them, because in my opinion I think they turn battles into a stale and stagnant staring contest, and it's not really fun. I like my battles to be dynamic. I like units supporting each other, zipping around the battlefield and changing position every now and then, other than moving sideways to one side. However, the catapult, not just because it's an Onyx Watch unit, has a special place in my heart. I just have apparently a thing for those little tiny frigate-sized boats with a big fuck-off gun on it. And in the future I may want to build a kind of a siege frigate myself. Like this catapult, it will also be a frontsider. Yeah. Alright then, this is going to be it for now. Yeah, I have to split the episode or the entire recording in two parts, because for you see, the mission is a total of 1.5 hours long. So yeah, we will continue next time. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this little experiment of mine. Well, it's not over yet. And I hope I'll see you next time on the Azure Seas of Nita. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I'm planning to do a live stream sometime soon, and I will inform you guys beforehand, of course. And also, I'm planning to play the what's it called, Caravonian Rebellion campaign. We'll see how it turns out. Anyway, take care and goodbye.